electrophiles which are deficient of electrons, and nucleophiles which are having lone pair of electrons, and sometimes free radicals attack on the molecule substrates. So, on the type of attacking reagents, so there are different type of reactions are taking place in the organic molecules. In fact, so many types of organic reactions, it would be impossible to review them all. So, we are going to focus on just a few, that is substitution, which are generally reactions are taking place in the organic chemistry, that is substitution, elimination, addition, esterification, fermentation, saponification, polymerization. So, going by one. So, first we are going to discuss about the substitution reaction. So, as the name suggests, substitution means one group is substituted by the another group. Any reaction in which one atom is replaced by another atom, that is known as substitution reaction. It is used to place a functional group onto an alkane. The products, not alkane or someone else also. So, generally the substitution of the functional groups takes place. The products always are halocarbon and the acid of the halogens. Sometimes substitution reaction takes place in the presence of the ultraviolet light, and this ultraviolet light, it initiates the reaction and it provides the high energy needed to form the excited state. Alkane reacts with halogens in the presence of ultraviolet light to form the haloalkanes and haloacids. Similarly, alkyl halides react with the water and they form the alcohols. Similarly, alcohols react with the hydrochloric acid and form the haloalkanes. So, OH group is replaced by the halo group. So, another example is elimination reactions. So, the name also suggests here there is elimination of one or two molecules. So, either there is elimination of hydrogen or elimination of haloacids or elimination of water or elimination of something else. Any reaction in which atoms are eliminated from another molecule, that is known as the elimination reaction. So, this is generally done by the elimination of hydrogen or by the elimination of HX or some any another type of molecule or elimination of the water molecule. So, discussing the example of the elimination reaction, the ethane loses the hydrogen molecule and alkene or ethene is formed. So, this type of reaction is also known as dehydrogenation, and it happens in the presence of some catalyst, that is platinum or palladium. This type of reactions takes place in industry in what is known as catalytic initiated reaction. Alkyl halides can also undergo elimination. This is also known as dehydrogenation halogenation. Similarly, alcohols also loses water molecules and forms the alkenes. Alkyl halides in the presence of alcoholic KOH forms the alkene. The base extract the base takes the proton and X negative also leaves, and in this process alkene is formed, and it happens in the presence of alcoholic KOH, while the alcohols also loses the water molecule and forms the alkene in the presence of the sulfuric acid. So, next example of organic reaction is the addition reactions. Addition reactions takes place with the unsaturated compounds. So, what is the unsaturated compounds? The compounds which are having double or triple bonds. So, the compounds which are having double or triple bonds, in those reactions addition of water or halogens or the hydrogens can take place. It takes place with the unsaturated compounds, which are usually more reactive than that saturated compounds. So, in saturated compounds it is where no addition of any hydrogen or halogens can take place, while in unsaturated compounds addition of hydrogen or halogens or some other thing can take place. So, there should be double or triple bond present in the organic molecule for the addition reactions. Two atoms are added across the electron-rich bond. So, halogens, hydrogen, water or haloacids can be added where double or triple bond is present. So, by going through the example of the addition reaction, so ethene react with the chlorine and 1,2-dichloroethane is formed. So, both the chlorine goes to the number 1 carbon or to the second carbons. So, when alkynes react with the chlorine, then dihaloalkenes or tetrahaloalkanes are formed. So, this reaction usually occurs in the presence of carbon tetrachloride as solvent. Addition of hydrogen. Catalysts normally used as platinum, palladium or nickel. So, when alkene reacts with the hydrogen in the presence of platinum, palladium or nickel, the saturated hydrocarbons are formed. So, this is also known as hydrogenation reaction. Alkenes become alkane and alkyne becomes alkene, and when alkene further goes hydrogenation, then alkanes are formed. So, ethene reacts with the hydrogen and forms the ethane. So, when water is added across the double bond, then alcohols are formed. So, alkene becomes an alcohol, and when alkyne react with alcohol, so they produce the aldehydes. So, this reaction occurs in the presence of the phosphoric acid, and ethene reacts with the water molecule. In the presence of phosphoric acid, the ethanol is formed. So, this is also an example of the addition of the water to the compounds having double or triple bond. So, addition of hydrogen halides, for example haloacid, these are hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid or hydroiodides. Alkenes becomes an alkyl halide. So, hydrofluoric acid, there is no HF cannot be added to the carbon-carbon double bond. Alkynes form monohaloalkenes or dihaloalkanes with the halogens on the same carbon atom. Ethene reacts with the haloacid and forms the haloalkane, while ethine reacts with the haloacid to form haloalkene. The haloalkene further reacts with the haloacid and it forms the dihaloalkanes. The next type of reaction is the fermentation. Fermentation is the process by which glucose is broken down by an enzyme, a catalyst in the absence of oxygen into an alcohol and carbon dioxide. The enzyme used is zymase and it is also found in the baker yeast. The oldest chemical reaction practiced by man is the glucose starch from grains can be used, hence the name is the alcohol is produced and that is why it is also known as grain alcohol. So, glucose reacts in the presence of zymase yeast and it produces the ethanol and carbon dioxide is formed. So, the another example of organic reaction is addition polymerization. Carbon is having unique property, the size of the carbon atom is small and that is why it has a property to form a long chain of compound and that is called the catenation. All the atoms present in the monomer are combined together to form a long chain of compounds and all the atoms of monomembrane retained in the polymers. This type of reaction involves monomers with double or triple bonds. An initiation is required to produce a free radical. Peroxides are typically used to produce this free radical. So, when ethene reacts with the free radical, it forms a long chain of compound and that is known as polyethene. So, condensation polymerization it is little bit different from the addition polymerization. In this case, the monomers has two or more functional groups that are the same or different. When they combine together and while combining they lose some molecules in this process, then condensation polymers are formed. Starch, cellulose, RNA, DNA, etc. are the example of the natural polymers, while Fevicol, terraline, plastics are examples of the synthetic polymers. So, terephthalic acid react with ethylene glycol, it loses the water molecule and polyethylene or terraline, this type of compounds are formed in the condensation polymers. Sometimes they lose the water molecule, sometimes they lose the carbon dioxide or sometimes they lose the ammonia molecules. So, with this I am going to finish this lecture. Okay.